Welcome back to Bibliophiles Audiophiles. Today we are doing Was I Ever Here by Naomi Loud. It is number 1 of a series. It was recommended to us by Wanderlust_Romance on Instagram.
Or Maya.
Maya,
That's
her
her
name is
name.
Maya. Okay. It is on KU. It is $3.99 on Amazon Kindle. Oh, you know what? It would really help if I pulled up the description.
You know,
I would die to find you again. 5 years ago, I bled to death from a knife to the throat, but I didn't stay dead. I woke up changed and remembered far too much. I have been haunted by the memories of my past lives ever since. For 5 years, I've had the illogical certainty that I've spent lifetimes connected to the same soul. Lifetimes of love, heartache, and betrayal. But was I destined to find them again? As fate would have it, while seeking revenge for my death, my murderer led me straight to her, Sunny. The first time I saw her, she was trembling with fear behind the bar as I held a gun to her boss's head. Instantly, I knew she was the one. She was terrified of me, but now that I found her, there's no way I'm letting her go. She will be mine again. All she needs to do is remember. The trigger warnings are suicide, suicide attempt, and thoughts, violence, gore, grief, stalking, and emotional abuse.
this is a dark romance that includes on page violence, toxic family relationships, drug use, mentions of suicide, suicidal ideation. Is that how that works?
I think so.
Self-harm and depression. Those who take those into consideration before diving head first. So she's got a website. I think she does book reviews too, but like on
Wanderlust?
as a blog. Hers is wanderlustbooks.net. So it's WANDERLUSTBOOKS.net. She sent me this link when I asked her what her rating for it would be.
Okay.
This book, she has it by emotions and stuff.
Oh.
The trigger warnings, the plot,
Wow.
chemistry, characters, and then the summary. So her summary that she wrote on this book was so unexpectedly emotional and had me in a literal chokehold the entire time I was reading it. The mystical and otherworldly elements woven into the story enhanced the dark atmosphere. I was utterly desperate to know what was going to happen next. I was immediately invested in these characters and had to know whether they would accept that they were soulmates in the present day, how would they uncover the shadows of their past lives, just how they were connected to one another. Was I Ever Here was beautiful, dark, and moving in a way that I haven't felt in a really long time. If dark romance is your genre of choice, I would absolutely recommend this with no reservations. She said a 5 out of 5.
Okay.
And she posts her reviews on Goodreads also.
Okay.
I also want to apologize to her because of how long it took us to get this
Get
episode.
to this, yeah.
We talked back in like August. So
Yeah.
it's been a minute.
Well,
sorry.
to be fair, we do have a lot planned out because
have a
we
lot
just got
planned.
really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry.
So, yeah, sorry.
That's why.
Do you want to, like, when we upload this, do you want to send her the link to it?
Oh yeah, I will.
Okay.
Other ratings. So starting off with Storygraph,
Mm-hmm.
the average rating on Storygraph is a 3.86. One of the worst ones I've found was a 1.5 star. It says this book bored the F out of me. Pretty sure I DNF it like 70% through.
Oh.
This one, actually I have 2 years that I'm going to include.
Mm-hmm.
So this one that has no stars on it says, WTF, why is his name Byzantine? The relationship doesn't make any sense and the writing was
Did you
annoying.
read it Byzantine?
Byzantine.
I read Byzantine.
It's Byzantine.
It is Byzantine? You looked it up?
I know because there's an empire called the Byzantine Empire, and that's the thing I kept thinking about every time I heard the name. Yes.
I read Byzantine.
It's Byzantine. I promise you.
That makes a lot more sense than Byzantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, it kept saying Byzantine or, like, By was his nickname. And I was like, that's kind of a really weird nickname. But that makes more sense.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
it's
go ahead.
Byzantine. No star review that says, WTF, why is his name Byzantine? The relationship doesn't make any sense and the writing was annoying. And then a 5 star. So this is an ARC review, so an advanced reader copy.
Yeah.
Wow, love that this was a reincarnation love story. There was dark themes throughout, but written so beautifully. On Goodreads, it's a 3.87 star. The worst one that I picked out from here is a 1 star that says no. Wanting her to be scared of you to get off just screams, I hate women to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
And this 5 star, they actually included the trigger warnings at the top. Do you want me to list them? So their trigger warnings that they listed, I think there's a lot more.
Like, just in case.
Yeah. Active suicidal ideation, mentions of a suicide attempt, self-harm, sibling death, stalking, violence, murder, depression and anxiety, near-death situation, grief, alcohol and drug abuse, and degradation and praise.
I think it's degradation, isn't it?
Degradation.
Base degradation.
Whatever. English wasn't my main focus in school. So, anyways, this is Naomi's debut novel, and she knocked it out of the park. Sunny and Byzantine are soulmates existing in different bodies with different personalities, but their souls are always destined to cross despite experiencing tragedy. Maybe this time they will succeed, finally learn their lesson, and stop hurting each other. This novel was written beautifully. The chemistry between Sunny and Byzantine was everything. Loved the unconditionally support Sunny received from Lexi. I can't wait for Lexi and Connor's story. And then Amazon, the average rating on that is a 4.1 out of 5. 1 star. This person, their title says not worth the hype. Wasted my time. I can't believe people like this trash. I should have put it in the DNF pile. This 5-star picked. It's really hard going to like Goodreads or Amazon to find reviews because a lot of them are like novels. Like they're a blog kind of review.
What's it called? Synopsis kind of deal?
Yeah, it's a lot. This one is still kind of long, but I'm still gonna read it anyway. This book kept me up at night because I just had to finish it. Then once I did, I was up for another 2 hours wondering what to do with my life now. This is probably why I found myself unable to write this review until 5 weeks later. Naomi's writing is absolutely beautiful here as she talks about trauma, mental illness, and twists in the idea and reincarnation. I was addicted to every emotional and steamy word written in this book. Sad and spicy is Naomi's forte, and it's all over the pages. I will highly recommend. No, I will be screaming at everyone I know who loves a dark and emotional read to pick this series up.
Okie dokie. Take it away, James.
James.
There's some spoilers coming up, sweetie. You better cover your ears.
My first note is 90% dark on Storygraph. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that because I was whenever I was adding it to my currently reading, and I saw that like 90% of the readers agree that it's dark, and I was like, yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I think this was my first dark story.
I don't know.
On the pod, at least. Because,
For sure.
I don't know if I'd count Stay in My Swamp as dark.
What about the Halloween Boys?
Not really. That was more like
Erotica.
fantasy smut. Yeah, erotica, yeah.
I don't know if it's mine. I've read... You want to know how many books I've read this year?
How many?
95.
Oh, I think I'm still in like 60s. Because, I've slowed down the last couple of weeks because I've been working a lot.
Yeah.
So, I haven't had as much time to work.
I'm trying to pick up the pace because my goal is for 100, which is definitely going to happen.
Yeah, considering it's just now November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get there before December.
Yeah.
But anyways.
What is your first note, ma'am?
I nearly cried when Gabriel fell off the cliff. Like, bro, I don't even know you, but that's tragic.
Dude, same. Just your guys are in a fight and then you go up to a cliff and you turn around and all of a sudden wind is just you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. And just pushes you off.
That made me I literally almost cried. I think I was listening to it in the car.
Yeah. I've actually never read a book with the reincarnation theory this heavily in play. I don't know if you count Halloween Boys, because technically that was more like a hide and seek game.
Yeah.
It wasn't over and over and over reincarnation like this one. And I think I really enjoyed it. Personally, I don't believe in reincarnation as a Christian, but I do think that is a very cool concept. And I love to think about it.
Me too. I don't know if I want to believe in it.
Yeah.
Because death is scary. But
yeah, honestly, it really is. Especially because, nobody knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Even, Christians don't know. And we're, close to God. Because, we read, I honestly firmly believe in God. But, it doesn't tell you, the book doesn't tell you what happens. It's just, yeah, you die. And it talks about heaven. But, that's it. And you're just kind of
that's not a nice answer.
That's I don't know. I don't think I'm scared to death. I'm more afraid of dying painfully. If I were to die, I would want it to be quick and painless.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the whole long suffering deal, which is, I know you don't get to pick, but if I was going to get to pick, take me out quickly, sis.
Fair enough. I'm scared of death.
Yeah.
What's your...
Byzantine or
It's Byzantine.
Byzantine?
Byzantine.
Byzantine. Okay. Byzantine had his throat slit, and they've been looking for the guy who did it for 5 years, right? Because it was a robbery gone bad, I think, kind of deal. Something not legal. And this guy taking all the money for himself and killed him and left, or tried to kill him and left. Sonny's boss.
Yeah.
I could not remember her name for the life of me.
Sunny.
I made a note that said Sunny as female character and underlined her name twice because I kept forgetting what her name was. Yeah. I just kept saying female character in all my notes because I couldn't remember.
Yeah. My second note is before she meets Byzantine. is Mediocre Sex chapters 2/3, and I have a screenshot of this scene because it made me laugh.
Read it.
I think I have the right part. After I finished writing all this, I took the screenshot, but it made me laugh. We'll start off at the beginning of this paragraph. I gasp as he growls, kneading my ass with his hands. My cheek presses against the mirror, my breath staining the glass with his every thrust. F word. You feel so good like that, he groans. I swallow hard and roll my eyes, but don't answer. The anticipation is gone, and now I feel nothing. I half-heartedly let out a small moan so as not to bruise his fragile ego, but he's clearly unbothered, continuing to grunt behind me, the fantasy of him that I've so eagerly perfected evaporating with every throaty sound. Now, I'm just bored. So, while he pounds into me, I take stock of my surroundings. A dirty bathroom and an even dirtier bar, the once white wall tiles now grimy and cracked, a single light bulb buzzing above us. I hate to admit it, but this is definitely not the first time I've been bent over a dirty bathroom sink. I feel myself drift while his hips slap against my ass, almost like I'm watching myself get railed from above. Having half a mind not to dissociate completely, I focus my attention on Hunter through the mirror instead. A lone curly lock of his hair bounces up and down on his forehead as he slaps my ass, and I pretend to like it. I roll my eyes again. Does he think I'm into it? Why did I even like this guy in the first place? No reason, really. He isn't even particularly attractive except for his blue eyes, and I'm pretty sure he's shorter than my 5'11". But anytime he's on stage, I romanticize everything about him and become mesmerized. I'm such an idiot. It was all part of the fantasy though, wasn't it? But this is real life. To make the time go by, but I'm addicted to every part of the thrill except the actual sex itself. He finally comes with a throaty sigh. I'm just glad it's over. Glad I don't have to touch or look at him ever again. As soon as he pulls his limp out, I quickly tug my leggings back up, flinging my shirt over my chest and run out the door before he can catch his breath. And that made me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think I remember laughing at that too, because like especially later, because like the best friend / roommate, I think they're roommates, they're friends, anyways. Yeah, so she was like, "What happens? Did it not live up to your fantasy?" And it's just like she knows her, like just dead on.
Yeah. It also reminded me, I have no idea why this conversation came up, but this was years ago. When I was at my house in Jersey and one of my mother's friends came to visit. It was one of her coworkers. And for some reason, again, I have no idea how this conversation came up, but her friend was talking about how when she has sex with her husband, she completely like disassociates or something and just starts thinking about other stuff, like what she's got to do, laundry, like what, that stuff.
I can't judge because for the longest time I was the same way, and I found out it was OCD that was causing me to do that, because it was obsessive thinking of everything, like just constant lists going in my head. I didn't realize that wasn't normal until I got on my antidepressants that also helps OCD tendencies. And then I realized, hey, like I can actually be in the moment and not be stressing about the 3 baskets of laundry that need to be folded at the foot of the bed, So like, sis needs to get on some antidepressants.
Probably.
Or find a new man.
I don't know.
Either one. One of those two.
The whole thing was kind of just awkward because it was also with
How old were you?
Over 18.
Oh, okay, so like you were kind of an adult.
Yeah, I was an adult for sure. It was just a weird conversation to be standing in the kitchen.
Especially with your mom in the room. Yeah.
I don't like the idea of picturing my mother having sex.
Yeah. The first note, like, in the book that I wrote down was, some might call it stalking. I call it getting acquainted. Because that was him, like, talking to himself, I think, in his head. And he was stalking her, and he's like, man, I'm really weird because I'm stalking her. And he's like, it's not stalking. It's called getting acquainted. And I thought that was really funny, because I'm like, I'm going to start using that when I'm Facebook stalking people. We're just getting acquainted right now. Only you're not aware, you know?
Yeah, true. Honestly, true. I did write down Lennox. Is that how you pronounce the name?
That's the way I said it, was Lennox. But I also said Byzantine, so.
Lexi Girl said something different.
Yeah, Lexi.
She said, no, Lexi Girl, like...
Yeah.
She said Lennox.
Lennox. I can see that.
But I was just, or something like that. It was weird, and I'm just like, or I don't know.
We'll just call her Bestie Girl.
Bestie Girl, that's fine with me.
Yeah, Bestie Girl over there.
I can't imagine living in constant fear like my entire life. You know, going day by day being scared of everything.
Yeah.
And then something else happens and you're even more terrified.
Yeah, but at the same time she's turned on. Because like he goes back in there and he orders a drink from her and he flirts with her. And she's terrified, but also at the same time she's like, whoa, this guy's kind of hot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he drug your boss out at gunpoint in front of you. And
Yeah.
for one, you're still working there.
I don't
For two,
know.
you're thinking he's hot.
I kind of got the vibe that she was more terrified than she was, like, aroused, though.
She definitely was more terrified at first, but literally within the first encounter, she also became, like, started becoming attractive. But yeah, then, like, Byzantine?
Byzantine.
Biz. Busy boy.
Busy boy.
Um,
He is a busy
boy here. He buys the bar after killing the boss.
Which he, like, honestly, thinking about it, like, in a book like this, like,
Yeah.
you know he would have bought the bar.
Yeah, like, you kind of saw it coming. But yeah, then Lennox, or, you know, bestie girl, tells Sunny that he's in a crime organization because she's just, like, obviously is just like, oh, wow, did you say this was his name? Because, like, everybody knows him. I know you're still new here. I hate that trope for some reason. Like, that trope just gets on my nerves.
I have an ick. Little son.
You didn't like that?
No.
I did. Why did you not like that?
Little son. Like, why?
Little son.
Son.
Oh, her name's Sunny.
I know, but, like, son, little son.
Oh, like a male child.
Yeah.
I was not thinking that at all, but now that you said that, I can see how that would happen.
But also, like...
Yeah, but you were listening to it, right?
Yeah.
I was reading it, so, like, it made sense. But listening to it, I can understand how you would be like, ew.
It's kind of... I don't like it. I don't like it.
But what definitely should not be an ick, and if you tell me it is, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
He has tattoos and rings.
Girl, we just watched a movie.
Girl. Oh, what was the name of that?
Beautiful Disaster.
Beautiful Disaster, and it's got Dylan
Sprouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Girl.
Bro, no, he's got hand tattoos and he's got rings, and like as soon as it said that, I'm like, just imagine him wrapping that hand around your throat, bro.
I have a quote, my first quote from the book.
What is it?
Your head might be saying no, but I can make your body say yes.
If a man said that to me, I would be on my knees.
Really? Because it's giving rape to me.
No, what? Like, no, like, honestly, your body is not going to say yes to that. Maybe. But
I mean, it does depends on who it is.
If he's still awake, if my man said that to me, I would be on my knees. There we go. Maybe he'll get the point across. And I just yelled it, looking in the general direction of the room he's in. Where were we? Yes, I would be on my knees.
I mean, I guess depending on who it is, but at the same time, like, this isn't someone she was in that moment romantically involved with.
Yeah, but was this before or after she started thinking he was attractive? Before he's attractive, and like, okay, if we're at the point where he just killed my boss, no. But if I'm at the point where I'm kind of like, hey, this guy's kind of cute, and then he says that to me,
I don't know.
he was a little manhandly.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when it just was not called for. So, like, I do get that. Me, personally, I'm a sub.
Yeah.
You tell me how it's going down, I'll say okay.
I guess this is kind of not really like an ick, but something that's just gross. Sex on the beach.
What?
Gross. Sex on the beach.
Yes. I thought you were talking about the drink. Are you talking about the drink?
No.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the act.
Legit.
Sex on a beach.
Oh.
Okay. No. Bro, one time me and my brother were at the beach, and then we were like just sitting there, and then all of a sudden we realized the people beside us were like getting handsy with each other, and like I'm just like, are you not worried about sand up yonder? Like, that would be because I've had that happen before. You know, I went to the beach, and then we went out to like, it's like a fair type thing, and then I started throwing up and running a fever, and it was because I had apparently gotten sand up in me while swimming in the ocean and raging UTI. So I hate the ocean now.
Have never had that happen to me yet.
Oh my gosh.
I can imagine it sucked though.
It sucked. I'm talking laying. Have you ever been desperate enough to lay in a hotel room bathroom, a red roof in bathroom?
No.
That's a low point. I don't think I will ever be that low again in my life. It was nasty.
No, I haven't had that happen.
No, I can't do that.
I used to live 40 minutes from the beach, and I'd shower.
Yeah.
As soon as I got home.
Yeah.
And even, like, the water assaulted me. My friend still laughs at me to this day because we'd go in the water and we'd try to jump the waves. And then the wave would literally carry me to shore.
Yeah.
In, like, a tumbling
5
mess.
foot self.
Like, you know a tumbleweed?
Yeah.
That was me in the water.
rolling.
Like, I thought I was going to die for a second.
Barrel roll.
And then I made it to land. And then I look up and Emily is just laughing at me. And I'm like, girl, I don't even know what happened. I did the exact same thing that you did. And it didn't work for me.
Is she taller than you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not that much taller than me, but, like, still, like, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
The waves just hated me that day. But I just kept going back to
shore. It just
shore.
wanted you, man.
Apparently.
I just
But
said, you're coming with me.
even then, that still hadn't even happened to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might just be Jersey beaches or something.
I don't know, man. I've never been to one, so I can't relate. I'm loving the concept of this book. How, like, they found each other
Yeah.
in different lifetimes.
I love
And
that.
it always goes wrong. Like, I feel bad that it always goes wrong, but, like, the
Yeah.
plot. So,
I do like that.
yeah.
Lennox, no, bestie
Bestie
girl,
girl.
smoking a joint before going into work made
Oh,
me lose a lot
classic.
of respect for her.
Yeah.
And the only reason why is because it's like, if you can do whatever you want in your free time.
Personal time. Yeah. Not right before you go to a shift.
No.
Like, literally right before clocking in.
I had a boss, like a store manager boss, who would come to work reeking of weed.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but she would also make our locker room, which was actually the bathroom,
Yeah.
smell like weed. And
If you can't go through a shift without being intoxicated or high, you don't need to be working there.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why I quit that job. And
Yeah.
also, like, it was really unprofessional because this was like a children's store too.
It was the earring place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't want to say it because I want you to get in trouble, but, like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like, it's a children's store and you're coming to work.
Smelling like weed.
Smelling
and
like weed.
Making it smell like weed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that's very unprofessional.
So when I found out that bestie girl was doing that,
Yeah.
I kind of lost a little bit of respect for her.
Yeah. What's your next note? I don't want to keep steaming rolling you, but I really like this book, and so I
Oh.
have a lot of notes that I'm excited to share.
I don't have that many more.
Oh, I have a page front and back.
50% into the book, I wrote down that my mind kept wandering while listening to it
Yeah.
while I was driving. I don't know if maybe it just would have been better if I read it, like actually read it instead of listening to it. But as I was listening to it, my mind kept going
Just going like, do.
elsewhere.
Yeah. When he gave her a hand necklace and promised raunchy things. Was you listening to that part, or did you read that part?
I think I listened to this whole book. I think I had to restart the book actually because I started it and then I stopped it for a hot minute
Yeah.
and then I had to come back to it. But I'm pretty sure I listened to the whole
Yeah.
thing.
I don't think we've read a book yet where I was like, the smut was a 5 out of 5. But this one was for me.
You said Devil was 5 out of 5 for smut, I think.
Did I? I think I may have lowered that to like a 4 or 5 purely because of the feet thing.
That's fair.
I don't remember.
There has to have been another
There has
one.
to. I know. I think there might have been one other one because I was like, I like the smut, but
What about
there's something else wrong with it.
What about A Court?
Which book are we talking? Tamlin or Ryzen? Rye bread.
What about Cassian?
Cassian. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, this one got me.
Okay.
This one got to me.
It's been a minute since I read this book, so I can't even remember.
Can't remember?
It, so
Yeah. Smut was 5 out of 5 for me in this one. Have you ever been to a club?
no.
I haven't either.
Oh, cool.
We should go.
Uh,
No, honestly, my mom. Hi, Mom. My mom has been to a few, and she was like, do not go unless you have a girlfriend to go with that you were very comfortable getting handsy with. Because guys will come up and start trying to hit on you, but if you pretend like you're gay, they'll leave you alone. So,
sound
like,
advice.
if you're okay with getting up all over me, we could go. No, I have no interest in going to a club.
Either.
Bars? Yes. Love bars, but
Yeah.
not clubs.
Is Sammy T's a club?
Is that the one that...
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a bad place. Yeah.
I know. Didn't want to go.
That's a club.
I was making myself an escape plan.
Yeah, no, like, couldn't pay me.
Yeah, no. I've never been to a club.
Well, I love how he told her about being, like, soulbound, reincarnated, and she just like, okay. Like, sis, you don't want to question that a little bit? I think she did a little bit, but not very much.
How they were reincarnated?
Yeah.
I didn't get that vibe.
She did run towards a cliff, and she was like, tell me, and he told her, and then they boned.
I almost cried during that moment.
I did too, yeah. Because I was just like, because like in the beginning of the book, it's them in a past life, and I think
Yeah.
it was Gabriel that fell off the cliff.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm just like, man, if she falls off the cliff now and then they have to start all this over, it's going to be like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
And I was going to be shocked and pissed in the same moment. Because, like,
Yeah.
how dare you? Yeah, this book was very dark, though, with lots of suicide, depression talk. But
Yeah.
it is very beautifully written. Absolutely loved it.
You know what I hated? Not like about the book, but like story wise. The mom, she hasn't talked to her mom in what, a year?
It's been,
Or it's
yeah,
been a couple
it's
years,
been a couple
or whatever
years,
it is. And her mom's just like, you are still my child and you will respect me. I hate that.
Yeah.
Because,
Typical parent.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't,
Not me, though. I'm cool.
yeah. But like, it just, I mean, I get it, but it also, like, if you did something to your kid, you know, where they lost respect for you. You're not
Yeah.
close with them and stuff like
Narcissistic
that. You're
parenting.
narcissistic parenting,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, I don't have to respect you
At all.
at all.
Yeah.
Can I be civil with you? Sure.
Like, people, especially the older generation, they put parents on pedestal. Like, way up there, like, you know, almost like godlike level, because they're like, they brought you into this world. Yeah. Anybody can do that. 12-year-olds do that. That doesn't mean that they are entitled to have your respect for the rest of their life. That depends entirely on how you raise them and how you have loved them, on whether or not they will respect you when they grow up.
Exactly. I got a great question.
I have a great answer.
What's arousing about crawling?
I laughed so hard at that, because I just imagine, like, the horror movie where the girl that crawls upside down. That is what I imagine at that, and I cried. I laughed so hard, because I was like, how would you sexily crawl to somebody?
Have you seen, like, a male lion walk?
Yes, and it's like
That's what I was thinking. But I don't understand, like, what's
hot about that, you know?
Yeah, I don't get it.
You know, I would probably just imagine either Bobby Jack, my dad's cat, or Beastie, my cat, when they walk real slow, but just the belly is just swaying, because that's what I would look like.
Same.
My extra fluff here would just be swaying with my hips that I barely have.
Yeah.
So
But I don't get it.
I don't either.
If a man asked me to crawl, I'd be like, no.
Am I a dog? Where's my leash? You know, bow wow. Honestly, if he's hot though.
No. I'm not doing anything I'm not
Call me
comfortable
puppy,
with.
you know.
No. Like, if a guy asked me to crawl, I'd be like, no.
You crawl.
You crawl.
Yeah, I'd be like, you do it first, then I'll come with. And then don't. Take a video and send it in his guy's group chat and be like, look what I got your mans to do.
That'd be
no
amazing.
more Call of Duty. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
2 birds in 1 stone.
Smart. What else do you have? Because I have, like, one more.
I have a very long note that I felt would be very important to mention. Like, this book being dark and, like, having lots of suicide and depression talk. As someone who has struggled with suicidal thoughts in the past and still struggling with depression because I have PPD, this book is perfectly describing the emotions and the lack thereof. I have not read a book that it wasn't really triggering, but it definitely hit home.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't to the point where I can't read this or, you know, something like I'm going to do something stupid. If I were to have my neurotypical, mentally stable husband read a book, I would probably choose this one. So that way he can understand. Because, like, it's so hard for me, like, especially when I disassociate, because sometimes I have days where I'm just not here. And I can't explain that. I tell my husband, I'm like, it's like I'm watching a movie and I have no control over it. I don't know what to do to make it stop. And he doesn't understand that because he doesn't have those problems. I asked him the other day if he ever felt suicidal at all in his life, and he said no. And that's wild to me because I have had those thoughts since I was 11 years old. And I'm 23 now. So that's 12 years of off and on having those thoughts. And he's never had that feeling. Way to go to my mother-in-law. Like, how you raised a perfect, neurotypical, mentally stable man. Kudos to you. But I would choose this one because it would help him understand the war that is constantly just waging in my mind. No matter what medication I take or what I do to try to help it, it's constant. The smut tips are nice too.
Yeah. Take notes.
Take notes, my guy. Like, anyone has a spouse or significant other and you're just like, I wish they could understand. This book would be like a good way to start because Naomi has the perfect words for this, because there's parts that I would get to and I would start crying because I'm just like, this is exactly everything that I could never put into words and say. And I can now say it to him to help him understand me, and then sex.
Yeah.
No, I love this book. I think it was really good. I don't know if you can tell what my rating's going to be already by the amount of times that I said I love it.
Yeah.
You can take a guess in a minute.
Yeah, sure. Trigger warnings. Was violence one of them?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because pretty much my last comment before my rating
Yeah, how about?
is nope. I don't want to hear about a guy getting his tongue cut out. La 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 la.
Really? That bothered you?
I had to turn it off.
Really?
I had to turn it off.
That is like 3 sentences and it's done.
I don't care. I had to turn it off, and then I had to set it aside, and I was on lunch listening to this while eating.
And it bothered you?
It bothered me. I did
That's
not like
weird
it.
to me.
I had to turn it off. I had to put it down and then I had to pick it up and kind of just. I still read it, but
Skimmed over it?
I skimmed over it. It made me feel better reading it than hearing it.
That's weird to me. Like, that doesn't bother me, but, like, growing up with Dad and him, like, showing me crime scene photos because he's a cop, nothing really bothers me anymore. Broken bones bothers me, but anything else, no.
Girl, I turn away when I watch Grey's Anatomy when they poke him with a needle or cut him with a scalpel.
Oh my gosh.
Afterwards, when they're already hands deep in there, I don't care.
I don't like
But
the hands
cutting
deep part.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Like, the cutting would kind of, like, my skin tingle. When I was eating, like, that would bother me, because, like, Grey's Anatomy, and they're just, like, elbow deep in a guy's elbow deep in a guy's stomach. That would bother me. Only while I was eating.
No, I usually, like, I don't mind, but for some reason that, like, really bothered me.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't like needles, which is funny considering the fact that I would love to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
But I had to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
It bothered me that much.
I read this in the shower.
Yeah?
So this book earned the unputdownable for me.
I listened to it in the car.
I think I did too. I think I was on my way to my mom's. I was listening to it. But yeah, no, this one was definitely unputdownable.
I have no other notes.
Oh, I have 3, I think. Bye Boy, I can't remember his name. Car de Memorial Rock for River, which was her dead twin, and that made me cry.
Yeah, that was really sweet. I loved that.
How ironic, though, that a girl named River drowned.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
It wasn't a swimming pool, but still.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
My next note was, I loved the end and the epilogue when it's her birthday in the future. It was really sweet. I added the other books to my TBR, and I can't wait to read them.
You see, I liked this book, but I don't know if I liked it enough to read the other books in the series.
I did. I think it's because it really just touched base with me, especially with the whole suicidal thing.
Yeah.
Sewer slide.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely see myself either reading this one again or reading others or recommending this book to other people that I know are safe with those trigger warnings.
Yeah.
Because it really did hit home on a few things, and I loved the writing style.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I don't know if I'd read the rest of the series.
Yeah, there's 3 books, right?
I think so. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up, just in case anybody listening would like to know.
So, Was I Ever Here's the first book, Was I Ever Real, and Was I Ever Free? So there's 3 in this series.
Honestly, Was I Ever Real? Sounds like it'd be about disassociating.
Yeah, which I think is supposed to be in Bestie Girl's perspective.
Bestie girls.
Bestie Girl.
Ooh.
I don't know. Like, for me, it was good. I don't know. If we did it for the pod, I would. But
yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to read it. Any others. But I also have like 300
What
books
did you
in my
rate it?
TBR. I got a 4 out of 5.
And you still wouldn't read the rest of the series?
Yeah.
That's high, though.
It is.
I gave it a 5 out of 5, obviously.
I knew that.
Yeah, you're not that
Obvious.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was good, but like
Not great.
not that it wasn't great. It was good. Let me get to my comments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, was good. There were times where I was zoning out. Mm-hmm. So like the fact that I was like listening to this
It
and
wasn't
then
like
zoning
capturing
out,
your attention.
it wasn't captivating enough for me.
I get that. I do.
But then that might just be because I was listening to it and not reading it.
Yeah.
So maybe if I was actually reading it, I might have been focusing on it a little bit more. Like, for one of the other books we're doing, I chose not to listen to it in the car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm choosing to actually, like, read it.
Read it.
Only
better.
because I feel like I'm getting it better and I could take notes better with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I am listening to another book. I'm doing 2 at the same time. So,
Girl, look at you tag teaming.
I really am, though. I'm at home. I'm reading the one book. I'm in the car. I'm listening to a different one.
Another. Hey, I mean, get through the list.
I almost cried several times. So the fact that it got me to almost cry.
Yeah.
Is really big.
I did cry several times.
Almost.
That's our
part of our gauge.
Part of our gauge, yeah. How bad we cried.
Did I cry?
Did I cry? Did I almost cry? Did I not cry? Did I cry from laughing? You know.
Yeah.
My buzzwords are hopeful, heartfelt, dark, and unputdownable.
Yeah.
Many nights did I stay up all night reading this.
Really?
I loved it.
Like I said, it was good.
Wanderlust, if you got any more dark, spicy recs, hit me up.
Yes, hit us up in the DMs.
Hit us up, yeah.
I'm the one who takes control of the Insta, and I'll forward it to you.
What's
and
my name? Alyssa?
Bestie girl. Not Lydia.
Bestie girl.
I'll pass it along.
Pass along.
I might read them. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a good recommendation, though.
Yeah, it was. I did enjoy it very much. 5 out of 5 for me. 4 out of 5 for you?
4 out of 5.
Beastie, don't chew on that. You big fat bucket of lard. Okay, well, that wraps it up for this episode. This has been Was I Ever Here by Naomi Loud. Forgot the name. We have an email for more recommendations or bookish themes at biblioaudiopod@gmail.com.
Or we have the Instagram,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
is Biblio Audio Podcast, or you can DM us stuff there. We got bookish stuff on there, mainly podcast related, but that's what we're at right now.
Yeah,
you know,
we kind of do podcasting.
yeah.
I would go on a limb and say that we have a podcast.
I'm trying to figure out a way to get more bookish themed stuff on there.
It would help if I made the stuff that I said I would.
Well, no, it's not only just that, but it's like there's other things that we can probably do to add to the Instagram. That
We could do a giveaway every once in a while.
or something.
Yeah. Oh, dang, I had a thought and now it's gone. Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah.
Dang, that felt really important too.
Rate us on Spotify.
Yes, that's what it was. Okay.
Really?
No,
Okay.
kind of. So rate us on Spotify because it helps us get our name out there. So if you wouldn't care or wouldn't mind to leave us a little rate. And we are now on Google Play.
Google Play. Or is it Google Podcast?
Google Podcast or Google Play.
Google
we
Play
are on
Store
Google
is-
somewhere.
Yeah.
We actually come up now when you Google us.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. I was stoked to find out about that.
We found that out last night.
Yeah.
Which was in like the previous episode.
Yeah,
I think
I
no, I didn't cut that part out. I cut some of that out, but I left the part in where we found out we're available.
Okay. So yeah, we're now on Google and we are on Spotify and on iHeartRadio. So if you know people who would be interested in this, but they do not have Spotify, we are now on multiple platforms. So we got all the bases covered. Ooh. Not Apple Music though.
Or Apple Podcasts.
Or Apple Podcasts.
I think I got to look a little bit more into it to see what we need.
Yeah.
I think part of it's like a Apple ID, and I'm like, I don't want to use my Apple ID.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
You know.
All right. Well,
But
we'll
anyways.
see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.